Class, welcome to week 10. Again, we are in the heart of the busy part of this class. Weeks 10 through 13, excuse me, are very engaging. So we are getting into the finer details of your ad campaign. We're going to spend the weeks 12 and 13 on a mix between ads and Google Analytics, but we're really going to focus on Google Ads right now. And this gets into the more technical aspect, return on investment, and optimizing your ad performance are the two topics we're going to cover. So when we look at conversion tracking here, this is really what makes Google Ads so powerful. You could say, well, are you really reaching everybody you want to in Google Ads? Maybe, maybe not. But with conversion tracking and measurement of return on investment, you get to know down to the penny how much money you're getting back for the money you spend in marketing. And that's just not something you can do with any other marketing investments. If you do an event and you get word out, you hand out flyers, things like that, sometimes you know how much business comes back from that, or you could tally some of it up by hand. But it's not the same as knowing automatically, if this is set up correctly, how much money you're getting back from the money you're putting into Google Ads. And that's really the power of ROI and conversion tracking. We'll get into that. Project 3 will start. As I mentioned before, Project 3 is a little bit more simple than other projects, but it will start this week. It's crucial that begins in week 10 because of Project 4. We'll go through Project 4 instructions, but these two are linked pretty closely. You could think of this as sort of Part A and Part B. And Part A is pretty simple to get things started. Part B is going to be a little bit more involved in the information you're tracking. Then we'll talk about optimizing ad performance. So we've written ads, we've rewritten ads, we have, we've gone through a lot of learning on how to make your ads effective. This is really the final step in that. How do you measure that success and improve on it? So let's jump into this first topic. Return on investment. That's ROI. For those of you who aren't familiar with that term, ROI is return on investment. That's how much money you're getting back from the money you put into a certain investment, and your Google Ads is an investment. In terms of the word conversion, in Latter-day Saint culture, we know that word conversion. I want you to think of conversion in the sense of converting a visitor to a customer. And excuse me, I clicked on the discussion board link there rather than our assignment link, so I'll go back. But I want you to think of that term conversion in terms of, I'll say it again, you're converting a visitor to your website into a customer. That's what you're trying to measure, because that's what your ad accomplishes. That's the end goal. You're spending money on Google Ads to get a visitor who then becomes a paid customer. And if you can measure that revenue you get when they convert from a visitor to a customer, you measure how much money you're getting back on your investment, your ROI. So that's why those two things are linked. There's a lot of reading on this. I encourage you to do it, especially in understanding conversions. For some of you, a conversion is really simple. You're selling a product, and so when a visitor purchases a product and that thank you page pops up after they purchase a product, that's how you know you have a conversion. For someone who runs an affiliate site, it's a little bit more complicated because you're relying on external data. Someone's going to click on a link which gets them out to the affiliate product, and then they have to make the purchase there. So a conversion on your site would be when that person clicks on the affiliate link. You've converted them as close as you can within your website to a customer. But the value of that conversion, when we're talking about value of the conversion in this, that's a dollar value. And so this is what you want to do in your assignment. You identify that conversion, right? What do you do that converts someone into a customer? And then you determine the dollar value of that conversion. It's not just the value in terms of the significance to your company. We're talking about the dollar value of your conversion. And so that can get a little bit more complicated when you're clicking on an ad or clicking on an affiliate link. These readings will help you measure that and understand it. I used to go through a more of an in-depth explanation on this video of how to do that, and I found I was confusing students. So I'm going to keep the explanation simpler here. You can read here to if you have an alternative business model like affiliate marketing or drop shipping. But please reach out to me. I really enjoy going through this because, as you can tell, I care a lot about setting this up correctly and really getting the most out of Google Ads. It is a powerful, powerful tool, but only if it's set up correctly. So if you're struggling with this, reach out. I'll talk you through how to determine the dollar value of your conversion. Um, Again, if you're just selling a product, the value of that conversion is the price of that product. I'm paying $10 for a T-shirt. Well, the value of that conversion is $10. When you get into some of your other business models, you need to add a couple layers on that. So determine a conversion on your website, determine the dollar value of that, determine which page is your conversion page. That's how you know that you have converted someone from a visitor into a customer. And conversion page is really a misnomer now because you can set up conversion links. So you can put code onto your affiliate link that registers a conversion on Google Ads. So when someone clicks on that affiliate link, that's a conversion. They say conversion page because a lot of times when you purchase a product and that page that comes up that says thank you for your purchase, that's a conversion page because I know now I've converted that visitor into a customer. Then you'll need a code snippet. We've done code snippets before, so you get another code snippet and put that on the conversion page or the conversion link, and then paste that code snippet onto the Word document. That way I know you found your code snippet, and paste that onto the Word document, and that will sum up this assignment for you. So reach out to me again if this is probably where we're going to get the most complicated as far as mathematical calculations and complex explanations of the value of Google Ads, as well as using a code snippet to paste on your website. So this is, I think, a little bit more complicated of an assignment, but I'm happy to walk you through that. Project 3, you remember you did the first part of this last week where you prepared your Google Ads, where you're going to launch it now. So make sure you've set your daily budget to a reasonable amount. A lot of people do $3. If you do $1 or less, sometimes even $1.50 or less, you may not be high enough to get to win some of those bids. So keep that in mind. If you do a really low daily budget, you may not get data for Project 4 because your ads won't win any bids and appear as legitimate advertisements. But what we're looking for in this project is that you've set a daily budget. And then I want to see this green dot that tells me that your ads are enabled. So when you launch your campaign, this is a page with your keywords. Your ad is up here, keywords down here. I see this green that tells me everything is enabled. I want a screenshot of this, and that is it. So this is not a complicated project. You take a screenshot of this, put it on a Word document, and submit it. And that way I know you've got an ad and you've got keywords. So if you can submit that, that is all that is required for Project 3. Then in optimizing ad performance, we want to get you into the Google Ads data so you become familiar with it, but you haven't generated data yet. So you don't need to use your own data. So notice that you need to use this Google Ads campaign data. Google Ads sets up dummy data for you to go through these exercises for anybody to use. So use this Google Ads campaign information and then just answer these questions. You'll notice it'll tell you how many clicks you've had, how many impressions you've had, the average cost per click. Fill out all that information. That'll get you familiar with this. We'll do more information on this later on in the semester, but this is important information to know. Then answer this, download this file and answer this information below. This will give you some additional information on those keywords and ads, and you're assessing that data around these keywords, right? What keywords do you want to add to lead or pause? What ads do you want to add to lead or pause? There's a lot of data when it comes to Google Ads, and you need to know how to use it to be effective. And that's what that assignment is all about. How do you optimize that ad performance? And that will take us to Project 4. In this project, you've launched your Google Ads campaign, and now we're going to tweak it and improve it. As you've noticed, that's the theme with Google Ads. Take it, launch it, excuse me, start out, and then learn how to measure and improve it. So there's going to be a link when you go to this in week 10. There's a link to week 12, project 4, because that is this will take you to the assignment that's due in week 12. So all of the instructions reside there. Excuse me. There's an overview video, so I won't spend too much time on this because the overview video goes really in depth. But the idea is you will launch your Google ad campaign and run it for a certain period of time and gather some preliminary data. And that's what this first sheet of the spreadsheet is. There's 4 pages of the spreadsheet, similar to project 1, how there are multiple sheets on the spreadsheet. And so you'll note this is my, this was my performance in this first this first time period. Then you'll stop. You'll pause the campaign. You'll go through and you'll make a lot of changes. You'll improve your keywords. You'll improve your ads. We'll go through an assignment later on that improves the landing page experience. All of these things you'll improve, and then you'll launch the campaign a second time. You'll restart it, and you'll measure your improvement. The idea is to show you the impact, the potential impact of these changes. When you change your keywords, your ads, your landing pages, they really do have an impact on your overall performance. You will not be graded on how well you improve. Some of you will make changes and you won't actually improve your data. It will decrease slightly. That's all part of the learning process. Maybe your changes don't work and they're not effective. We're not judging the effectiveness of your changes in this, of your adjustments. We're seeing if you can go through this iterative process and make changes that you feel will make an impact. And then whether you can measure that impact, positive or negative, and learn from that. That's what we're really getting at. So again, this project 4 video will go through that in detail, but I wanted to give you an overview of the purpose of project 4. And so that will start. It's important to start that one early, just because, excuse me, I'm getting back to the home page here. It's important to start that one early because it's due in week 12, but what you have is a project that requires you to run your campaign for a certain amount of time and gather data, pause it, and then run it again. So the project requires a lot of time, even though it doesn't require a lot of your time in the sense of project 1 where you're doing a lot of research. This is about gathering data, making some adjustments, documenting those adjustments, and then launching the campaign again. So it's not as time intensive for you, but you need time for that campaign to run. So it's really important to start that this week, and that's why we have it here in week 10. And again, that'll be due in week 12. That will wrap it up for our week 10 content. I know the screencast is a little bit longer. These subjects are a little bit more in depth. We're getting to some of the technical side of things. So if you're struggling with the concept, let me know, and I'd be happy to schedule some one-on-one time with you. Thanks.